What's up, Terabytes? I'm Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and today, for the first time, I'm going to be deep dive analyzing with you my thoughts on Dream As One from Avatar Fire and Ash. Let's go. Miley Cyrus here.
Our love will never fade away. We're diamonds in the dark.
Ooh.
I put my head against your chest and listen to your heart.
Nice.
You are my home.
Ooh.
No matter where I go.
All right, so already multiple times, Miley is implementing this vocal fall off that gives it a very almost ancient tribal, yet that modern country, like classic sound that Miley always gives. And it's really interesting how it gives both of those things with this one vocal tool. Also, she just implemented there on I a glottal attack, no matter where I go. And then she fell off of the go. The I, that glottal attack on I, gives a little bit of intensity and a little bit of a more of an emotional delivery to that line than no matter where I go, which makes it more legato and smooth, but it takes away the teeth of that line. The glottal attack gives it back. Really amazing vocal delivery so far. And fun fact, James Cameron himself actually reached out to Miley after her 2024 Grammy performance of Flowers because he was looking for an ancient but modern sound for this particular song in the third installment of Avatar. And I'm not necessarily the biggest Miley Cyrus fan on the planet. However, I do think this is an amazing pairing of her voice with the sonic intention that James had in his vision for this piece. So far, I'm really, really loving it.
Never alone. 'Cause somehow I always know.
There's that glottal attack on I again. Somehow
Even
I
through the
Ooh, okay, did you notice what just happened there? So far, the entire chord progression as well as the thematic melody for her vocals has been minor. Da 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 da, do do do. It sounds minor. But here in the chorus, which is kind of unique, I mean, it happens in music, but more often than not, if a song is minor, it kind of tends to stay in minor. If it's major, it tends to stay in major. But here, and this is for you music theory geeks, we are going from minor into a major theme here in the chords as well as in the melodic line. Listen here.
Even through the pain.
And it happens on through. So if it stayed minor, she would have been singing this. Even through the flames. But instead, she goes, even through the flames. And you can hear, even if you don't recognize minor or major, you can hear like one sounds kind of sad, one sounds more uplifted and happy. Even through minor, even through major. For those of you non-musicians out there, can you hear the difference? Close your eyes. Da 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 da, da 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 da. Happy, sad. Which one, right? The first one's sad, second one's happy. Very interesting. I really like that, actually. We're going to listen one more time to that transition.
'Cause somehow I always know.
Switching here.
Even through the flames, even through the ashes in the sky.
Nice,
Baby,
sky.
when we dream as one.
Let that look over her shoulder.
Every time I breathe,
Nice.
it's a song to keep this love alive. I know when we.
Do you hear Gaga in her Oz? Keep this love alive. And the other one too, I don't remember the lyric. Let's listen back to the beginning of the chorus. She did it as well there.
Even through the flames.
Not here, not here.
Even through the ashes.
Ashes. So ashes and alive. I'm hearing Gaga vowels. Ashes in the sky. Sky as well. Let's hear.
Sky.
Yeah, sky. And that fall off is classic Cyrus and Gaga, actually. They both do that. So I'm not going to say like she's taking from Gaga there, but I do hear these beautiful long and almost like intentionally elongated vowels in ashes and sky and live, alive, right? Really beautifully done. It adds definitely kind of ancient, tribal, aggressive sound in the vowel that you wouldn't get if you just sang alive. It actually gives the singer and the lyrics more authority when you elongate the vowel like that versus just letting it come out however you please.
Baby, when we dream as one.
There's that glottal attack again on as.
Every time I breathe,
Here comes.
it's a song to keep this love alive. I know
Live.
when
That fall off
we
too.
dream as one.
Nice little vocal cry there on
I know
one.
when we dream as one.
She looks beautiful too. I love her makeup and
So
everything.
beautiful when we're
Beautiful.
together, like feathers on a wing.
Little vocal cry there too. Feathers on a wing. Also, this song is already being hailed as a front runner of Best Original Song for the 2026 Oscars. And I think this is actually a really important pivotal role in Miley's career as positioning herself as someone who can be seen as as the soundtrack queen for cinema and cinematic songs like this. Whereas, when you think of that before, you start thinking of Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Adele, Lady Gaga. I think this is a really big win for her in her career as well, to be leading vocals in a song that's garnering so much buzz. And she's a big part of that. You can write an amazing song, but pair it with the singer that's just not meant for the song. It just doesn't grow legs. So it does take an equality of both sides there.
Riding right beside me with two arrows in the wind. 'Cause you are
Yeah, there's still that Miley there. I love it.
no matter where I go.
Nice.
I've never been afraid to let you know that even through the flame,
Going to major there.
even through the ashes in the sky, baby, when we dream as one.
So fun fact, to get the right acoustic atmosphere, Miley reportedly recorded several vocal passes in this kind of high reverb water tank to mimic the immersive atmosphere in the film itself. So trying to pair that sonic quality with the visual effect that you get. And this is just one way of the painstaking measures that are taken to create movies like this and this beautiful matching of sound with visual. We sit and watch this at the theater and we're just oh, that's nice. But it's kind of mind-blowing at the amount of intricacy and effort that's put into making a work of art. It truly is. It's art. And I say these little things so that you can then listen with a little more granular appreciation of the way that songs are made, especially for movies like this. There's some crazy stuff that goes on to make it sound the way that you're hearing.
Every time I breathe, it's a song to keep this love alive. I know when we dream as one.
I love the fall off. Notice now we're changing themes, we're changing sections, and we're into a bridge section here, and everything's different. So lyrically, you're in this kind of vamp, this dream thing, and the background is also changed to a gray instead of fire. The lighting on her face is changed, so you're getting all of these different visual and sonic cues that something else is happening. Wow, okay, so if you listen really carefully, you can hear the really thick up the octave layers that she's doing in the background, especially on the last stream. Listen really carefully, see if you can hear it. It really adds a very ethereal, very Avatar sounding fullness in the background. Listen here. You hear it?
Even through the ashes in the sky, baby, when we dream as one.
I like that musical breakdown there, how it just gave a little bit of nakedness. And then as you can hear, we're starting to build back up into the final climax of the song. Let's listen one more time to that. That's a really powerful mechanism in any type of genre when you're trying to build up intensity. A lot of times you have to back off in order to really gain momentum forward again. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Even through the ashes in the
Just
sky,
single padding.
baby, when we dream as one.
Nice.
Every time I break, it's a song to keep this love alive. I know when we dream as one.
It really kind of gets lost, but if you listen very closely to these vocal ad-libs throughout the track, especially towards the end here, Miley spent weeks actually working with a linguist to incorporate authentic Navi phonetics so that her vocals felt more native to the world of Pandora. I love little things like that. I love touches like that where the attention to detail is so acute and really valued and like highly prioritized. So listen close to the backgrounds. Don't let that get lost on you in this.
Every time I break, it's a song to keep this love alive. I know when we dream as one. Every time we dream
Interesting.
as one.
So that's not a modulation, but it's sort of like a fake out. If you were just not quite paying attention, you might think, oh, like she's singing in a different key. No, but she is changing that melodic line and going higher for sure.
Every time we dream as one.
And ending on the unresolved. Really interesting writing and arrangement choice there, actually. I want to listen to that one more time.
I know when we dream as one.
So she's hitting a C there. One
Every
C.
time we
And then
dream.
and then that note, every time that note, that's a G sharp. So she's actually going up a fifth and a half, like a fifth and a semitone. C to G is a fifth plus C sharp is an extra semitone. That's very interesting. Like, I don't remember hearing a song that does that. Very fascinating, like unexpected, completely cool. I love it. Listen again.
Dream
As one, that's a C up to the G sharp.
Every time we dream as one.
So original and unique.
Every time we dream as
There's a little dissonance there on the dream too, that resolves but doesn't resolve to the root of the chord. At the end, it ends unresolved, like big time. For me, Miley is one of the gold standards of what healthy grit sounds like. Like, she's got that built into her voice. She leverages it beautifully. It's not overdone, it's not too much, but it's definitely prominent in her tone. And I'm going to actually point out a moment. It's at the beginning where she uses this in a very whispered way in the opening verse.
Our love will never fade away. We're diamonds in the dark.
Okay, especially on dark. Listen.
Never fade away. We're diamonds in the dark.
You hear that ashy whisper. It's got texture. It's on the breath. It's actually not wilty sounding at all. There's definitely power in it, but there's so much air and so much grit in it as well that it creates a beautiful bonding of air and tone at the same time. Very, very textured. And then moving to something like a chorus.
Let you know that even through the flame,
You hear it on the
even
flames.
through the ashes in the sky, baby.
Yeah, ashes and sky. You still hear that country rock in her voice, but there is this cinematic tinge that's added by those elongated vowels and that intentional vowel shaping that I've not necessarily heard from her overtly like this before, and I'm loving it. I love what it's doing to her voice naturally. And going back to James Cameron's original intention of wanting a voice in this song that made ancient and modern blend together, I do think that this is a home run, and not just song choice for Miley, but Miley for the song as well. For me, this song is a 10 out of 10. I love everything about it, from its arrangement to its lyrics to its vocal delivery by Miley, as well as those really interesting chord progressions and changes in the melodic arc of the song all the way up to the end, right to where it doesn't resolve. I'm a sucker for dissonance and unresolution, especially at ends of songs, and it did all of those things for me. So now I gotta go see the movie because I haven't. What do you think about this song? And do you think that Miley is now staking her claim in the cinematic diva space? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in watching another insane song from a movie, K-pop Demon Hunters, you're gonna wanna click on this video next because I have a lot to say about it and I think you're gonna love it. I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.